It really is time we need to free our minds to let our ideas follow. I was listening to a very short snippet from the musician Steven Wilson this week. You may know him from bands like Porcupine Tree and his own solo project. He is an artist who is a little bit left field in the sense that he does prog rock. Not everyone's cup of tea, but he is an artist who's stayed true to his vision throughout and has managed in this world we live in now to actually forge a career doing what he wants to do and writing the music that he wants to write. And by his own admission, he has been very, very fortunate to be able to do that. The YouTube video was called "The World Doesn't Need More Music, so ... Make music like this" was the afterthought. So obviously that's a clickbait title, and it certainly got me to click the link to the interview. And he started off saying there is too much music in the world. There is, but it is music, the majority of which is written to very, very specific rules. And those rules are the rules governed by the music publishers, by the music companies, by the A&R guys, by the record, the ones that we are trying to impress, the ones who are opening the door to enable us to do and receive the one thing that I've been talking about over the last couple of weeks: monetization. Follow these rules, do what we say, change the way you are, and you will be able to earn a living. If you don't, if you do your own thing, then you will be cast aside. And what Steven Wilson is saying in this article is, well, there is too much music in the world anymore that we don't need anymore. So do what you want to do. Just do what you want to do. If you do that, it's authentic. You know, the word I've been talking about for weeks and weeks and months and years on the podcast. Authenticity, your true self. Make art and use your creativity for yourself. Follow the ideas that come from within, because those are the new, unique ideas. They don't fall into this corporatized idea system that we seem to be in at the moment, where everything is the same, even podcast, which is why I decided not to have an intro on this podcast, because it's in the rules. Why can't I start a podcast without music when the advice on all the podcast sites is start music with podcasts? Well, this week I decided, after 100+ episodes, that I'm not going to. I'm going to jump straight in. I just want to do what I want to do. And actually, I'm recording this in a different place, a place where I feel more comfortable than sitting in the studio. And it feels good. And it doesn't matter. Sometimes I want to go in the studio and record, and maybe sometimes I don't. I am freeing myself. And now I am freeing myself from ignoring the idea that I need to produce content that is going to sell. The more that I'm realizing, that I'm writing music to fill a vast pot of music which already exists. In the past, I have written for TV and library music, and it's always fulfilling the brief of what is popular at the moment, and it's just writing more of them the same. And I've decided to stop. It's a brave move. It was an income source. It was one of my pots, but fuck it, I'm getting too old now. I want to create. I wish I felt this fire earlier on, because I've got so many ideas and I've got so much energy to put into those ideas and make the things I want to hear, make the audio visual content that I want to see and that excites and inspires me. The stuff that I've been putting to one side because it doesn't fit, it won't monetize. But that's the point. There's already enough of that stuff out there. And who knows, the stuff that I'm making will be so different that maybe some of you out there will actually enjoy it more, and I will speak to you directly and authentically and gain interest from those people in the real world who are actually interested in this and perhaps want to monetize it. Creativity and artwork is a gift enough in itself. And I truly, strongly believe now we need to remove the shackles of the corporate ideas of what creativity is to allow our own ideas to follow. And then sometime, if you are worried about that money will follow. Money will come along when you're doing something fresh and unique and interesting, because everyone's so bored of the way that podcasts are formatted, the way that YouTube videos all look the same now, the same kind of introductions, the same speech patterns. It's the same with television as well, the documentary format. is exactly the same. The words are almost the same. You just put in a different title. The way that the presenters interact, the way it cuts to a commercial break, everything is done by rote and by nutters. And I am trying to lead my own rebellion, and you are more than welcome to follow, or you're more than welcome to tell me to go and do one. Away from all this, I want to be free, because when you free your mind, ass will follow. And in this case, when you free your mind, your ideas will follow. I have just proven that to myself. Maybe it's time you try and prove that to yourself. Try and create something, as I said last time, for you. What excites you. Do not put the $, do not put the £sign at the end of it. It doesn't matter. This is for your own fun, and see what the hell you create out of it. And post it on and tag the podcast, and let's share some of our own authentic art.